We're going to switch over and talk about the Athletic Hall of Fame of Schenectady Schools. Now, that was not Terrace, Linton, Mount Pleasant. Things have changed, the names have changed, but the spirit is all the same, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I have my three guests here, and we're going to be talking about what's going on. So I'll let you take the lead, Bob.
The 24th Annual Schenectady City School District Athletic Hall of Fame and Reunion Dinner will be on Monday, September 19th at the Event Center at
The Rivers?
Yes.
I was just there for Habitat for Humanity. That's a great space.
It's a great location, and yeah, it's a great ballroom there, so we're looking forward to that. We're going to honor three new inductees. Jack Edwards, who was an All-American football player at Mount Pleasant in 1959.
We have a poster of him right over here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He, after his senior year, played in the All-American Football Classic in Hershey, Pennsylvania, in front of 23,500 people. He was also sectional champion in the hurdles 5 times, high and low hurdles. Our second inductee will be Ernie Marshall.
That's over there. That's that poster over there.
A great runner at Mount Pleasant in the 1930s. He was actually compared to Olympic champion Jesse Owens.
Really?
Yes. New York paper and local papers.
And right here in Schenectady.
Yeah, he won 2 championships of America at the Penn Relays. He also set sectional records in the 220 and 440 that stood for decades. And he was also national junior AAU champion in the 440. And our third inductee will be Casper Wells. He led Schenectady baseball to 3 consecutive league titles in the early 2000s. He took Schenectady to the state championship final as a senior. After a stellar college career, he was drafted by the Detroit Tigers, played in the major leagues, hit 25 career home runs, including a home run streak of 4 consecutive games. Then we're going to do 2 legacy tributes, and Jack and Mike were part of it.
Well, why don't you introduce your guests with you?
Jack Boyarjian was on
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
3 undefeated tennis teams at Not Terrace, 1949, 1950, and 1951. And
wow.
Then Terrace won three more years after that, so 6 consecutive years where they won 77 consecutive matches. And then we're going to honor this 1961 Linton football team. Mike was a key player on that team. No Section 2 team even scored on them. They were dominant. And Mike is in the Hall of Fame as an athlete.
I know that you're an athlete, but now he's a legacy. He's going to be
now he's in the legacy tribute as well.
Oh, great. So, Mike, how did you feel when you were so good out there? Are you still good?
Don't I wish. This 1961 football team was really something special. We had a running back named Ron Oyer, who was an All-American. He went to Syracuse, and he played in the same backfield as players like Floyd Little, Larry Zonka. And the team we had wasn't only Ron Oyer. We had 6 or 7 first-team all-county players. And we had 2 players in Paul Berkakali, who was a quarterback, and Rit Wilgocki, who was a fullback, who were so good that had Ron Oyer not been here on our team, they probably would have been nominated for co-players of the year. That's just how good they were.
That's how they were really good.
Yeah, and we had 2 great coaches. One was offensive-minded, Dick Lala, and Dom Denio, who's really a legend in this area. He was our defensive coach. And as Bob said, he put together such a defensive strategy that we did not give up a single point locally, but we did give up 33 points against Easton, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
This is a national power. And we went to Easton, and as good as they were, we were only down by 1 point at halftime. And what happened was they just kept bringing in wave after wave after wave of fresh talent.
Oh, okay.
And
they did replacements on the field.
They had a lot of substitutes.
Yeah.
And we had the same lineup pretty much there.
For the whole team.
Yes, and all of our players went both ways.
Yeah.
We played defense and offense. So by the time the 3rd or 4th quarter rolled around, we had nothing left.
Yeah.
And
but you gave it the old try.
We gave it the old try, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
And
yeah.
they had a huge lineman named Jimmy Jones who weighed over 300 pounds. And to just give you an idea, it's kind of funny. I was an end, and we had another tackle named Lou Gregory. And he wasn't a very small tackle himself. and we would take turns trying to block this 310-pound Jimmy Jones.
That was
So
impossible.
come the third or fourth quarter, I said to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. I
don't wanna get hurt.
We were on borrowed time, right. So we had a checkoff play, so when it was my turn to block Jimmy Jones, I would yell a number, and that meant Lou had to block him. And I would hear Lou groan, "Oh, no, not again." So, we had some fun with that. We still talk about it
But you're still
today.
talking about it.
Right.
Good. Okay, and let's hear about the tennis. Tell me about tennis.
It's about time.
Whoa!
All these 72 years, they finally acknowledged tennis.
He's talking about us honoring.
Oh, okay. I thought I was getting nailed here. Oh, gee.
I thought I was getting nailed.
Go ahead, Jack.
Well, we just couldn't lose. Every time we played a team, we knew we were going to win. We split high schools, two separate high schools the same afternoon, and shut them out. It was a very minor sport. Nobody cared about it till we started winning and winning.
And they noticed you.
And they noticed me. We made them notice.
Yeah.
We had some great team players and my teammates. Unfortunately, they're not with us.
Yeah.
But we had a good time. They got an all-star team together once in Glens Falls, 3 or 4 schools, to play us because we couldn't find any competition.
You couldn't find any competition.
And we shut them out too. And we went
Wow.
down. We
Did you think about the Olympics? Did you ever think about going into the Olympics?
No. no.
Okay.
He did play at Syracuse.
Okay, all right.
I did play at Syracuse. I played in the Army also
Okay.
in Japan. And as we get older, the older folks, the more they talk about us, the older we get, the better we used to be.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
But now I understand that pickleball is supposed to be taken
Yeah,
over
that's
for
the new
tennis.
thing for tennis. But Central Park was our reason for playing.
We had a beautiful tennis
That
court there.
park
It's
was-
gone now,
had
right?
everything you wanted,
Yeah.
everything.
Well, I remember seeing some really big names at the tennis courts, at the competition, that one field, or that one court that they had all the
Right,
Yeah,
big.
right.
17 courts, I think, at one place.
Well, that's one, but then that one where they had the grandstand and everything.
Off track betting
the stadium,
sponsored that.
yes.
Yeah.
They
brought
had
us
some
top
very good players. They're best in the world.
Yeah, I remember being there and
Yeah.
saying, wow, these are big names. I think that maybe the Vanessa or one of them were there. I don't
Von
remember.
They were all there,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was really amazing. But that kind, Singh, I guess, was a woman that, was her name
Yeah,
Singh?
Yes.
Where did that come from?
He used to put it together.
Nitty-
Out of thin air it came out.
He'd know.
Nitty
Yeah.
Singh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so that, I think it kind of, we lost that a little
Well,
bit.
after 3 years, we had 39 straight victories, and they went on another 3 years, which I was unfamiliar with, and it's 79 or 77 straight victories. I think it'll never be broken, the record.
So it's never been broken, huh?
I don't know how it could be. We were too good.
They were too good.
They were dominant. It's a little
Yeah.
before my time, but
Better late than never,
and
right?
The irony is, they did win their first 2 matches in 1955 to bring it up to 79, and
Okay.
the team that broke the streak was Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
So the rival broke the streak. So.
Yeah, and there used to be a lot of competition between Mount Pleasant and Not Terrace. I remember that. I mean, that was like, when
Oh,
there was
they-
going to
they
be
were
that,
not-
there was going to be,
They were not rivals of us. We shut
not
them
with you guys.
The early years,
Yeah.
they beat them easily.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a big thing that, I remember the football games that was
Oh.
like, Mount Pleasant and Not Terrace are
Exactly.
playing, it was like a big thing,
Yeah.
Of course, I went to Scotia, so, we were just in awe.
The
I
Mount
have my
Pleasant-
old letter from 1949.
So that's your letter, hand it to me, let me hold that up. So, how did you keep it so clean?
I don't know. I found it just recently.
Look at that, and I was just saying, there's that letter sweater. I was just telling these guys here that when I was in high school, the guys used to give you a ring, and when I was in high school, if you got their letter jacket to wear, you were really into the thing. Are you showing that? I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Am I doing the wrong thing?
It beat the ring around
There
your
it
neck,
is, right.
Ann?
There it is, okay. Because we got a 3-shot there. But anyways, that's that letter sweater. Can I wear your letter sweater?
Sure.
Oh, boy. I would be happy to do that. But I remember that so much, and I had one with a big S because it was Scotia, with crimson and gray, I think, were our colors.
Tartans.
The Tartans.
The tartans, yeah, we were the tartans, but I think that it was crimson and gold, or, I don't know, well,
Well,
so far away from high school.
speaking of Central Park, we all lived near there, so the courts were near there.
Yeah,
So we started playing. And they had no indoor courts. We had wooden rackets. The balls were white instead of yellow. And there was no way to play in the winter. So as soon as spring came, we shoveled off the courts and put a rope across it and started playing. We were very competitive with each other. My team.
a rope, and did you try and get it under that rope? You never know. So who can come to this wonderful event?
Anyone.
Anyone.
I mean, there are a lot of alumni that
Yeah,
obviously
the alumni will
back.
come.
It's-
Yeah,
it's
and
like a-
families and
Yeah,
people
well,
that
there'll be
play
families
tribute,
of
yeah.
the various
So, and it's
honorees.
going to be what date?
Monday, September 19th.
Okay, and there is a charge for it, obviously.
Yes, tickets are $65.
And that includes dinner and the entire
Dinner.
evening of events.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I've got to say, I was just there for the Habitat for Humanity, and the food was great, so
Yeah.
everything, it's a great space.
Yes,
Free parking, too.
yes.
Isn't that nice?
Indoors.
Indoors,
Yeah.
free parking.
Garage.
We don't care if it rains, right?
That's right.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Bob, and thank you, Jack, for being here
You're
today.
welcome.
I'm
Thank you for
very
having us.
happy to meet you and be in the presence of such great athletes.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Good.